Okay, I am going to make a video stick for my GoPro Hero 4 Black Edition. It'll work for any Hero or any version of the GoPro as long as you have the normal adapters. I've tried to find the one that I like, and I can't find anything I like, so I decided to make one of my own. So I'm going to show you all the pieces that we're going to use. Starting with, there are some screws. These are 10 by 24 by 2 inch stainless steel. The nuts for them we needed. There is a piece that, I don't know what they call it. It clamps onto the 3/4 inch plywood and has threaded top on it. We have a piece that threads into that so that we can use that for the camera mount. And then there is a second piece here that will go once we cut a piece of the PVC off the pipe. We have the glue for PVC. We have 2 end caps. And I need the rest of them, please. I have a 3/4 inch PVC, schedule 40. This is a 5-foot section I bought. It depends on how long you want to make it before you can determine how big a piece you really need. And I have, for floating, I have a piece of standard oversized, what we call noodles, swimming noodles. And I'm going to go ahead and start with, and the extra piece is a grip, like a hand grip for a bicycle is what this is. We're going to start with that. We're going to take a knife, a razor knife, and we're going to cut the end of this grip off because it's going to have to go on the end of this piece of PVC because the end cap is going to go on the end of that. So it'll go up similar to that right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Okay, I have this piece cut off. I have the end of it cut off now. This is what it used to look like, and this is what it now looks like with the piece cut off the end so that it can slide on. Now, it goes without saying, if you're a child, don't use knives without adult supervision. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on here, and it's probably going to take an air compressor or some kind of wet glue to get it on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that piece on, and then I will come back to the video. Okay, I'm back. Word to the wise, be careful which one of these grips you buy because some of them are really hard to get on. Okay, we've got the grip on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue, and I'll get this off and start. Okay, I'm back in just a second. Sometimes everything wants to fight you. In that case, the glue fought me. So put a little glue in here. Put on your cap. Give it just a second to dry. Okay, and when you're done, this is what it should look like. Make sure your handle's pushed down to the bottom. And then we're going to cut off just a section of the end of this. If you don't have a pair of these, you need to get a pair of these. Because I would strongly recommend these over a hacksaw because you'll never get it straight. And we're going to cut it down just a little. Try to keep it as straight as possible. It's not always going to be perfect, but we want to try. All right. And the reason we did that is because that piece is going to go down here in the bottom end. We're going to take this piece right here, which slides on, and we're going to slide it onto the end here. We're going to move it all the way down here like this for a little bit because I just want to get it out of the way for now. That piece is what's going to go into here. There's a piece that screws in. If you can see this piece here, screws into the T.
You say you don't know what's
this piece goes in here. Again, it's going to have to be glued, so we can go ahead and glue that now if we'd like. Okay, now we got that piece glued in. We're going to let the glue dry. After that, while that's doing that, I guess we can go ahead and take this piece and get a big pair of pliers and screw it in. Okay. That piece is screwed in. We're going to let the glue continue to harden. While we do that, we're going to go ahead and figure out the length we want the pole. Now, this is a 5-foot piece. I'm thinking about 4 feet, so I'm going to cut it down probably about to here, and it's gone. Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, we're going to take a piece of this real quick. We're going to cut this off with a sharp knife. I recommend a sharp knife rather than a pair of scissors or anything like that because it won't go through straight otherwise. See how nice and straight that is? And then we're going to take that, we're going to insert that onto the end of the PVC here.
Then you get a sword.
Back up just to here. We're going to push this down on here nice and easy. So we don't push through to the hole. We don't want to rip the hole out. Which is actually fairly easy to do unless you have a new one of these. All right, we're going to push that down on there. We're going to put our T-handle back on. This T-handle is PVC, so if I'm not mistaken, my plumber over here will tell you. You can glue this down and it'll stay, right? Once it's in place?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now we have the handle of our stick. We have the floaty device for our GoPro stick. This is going to be the top piece up here. We're going to put a little extra glue here in this section. And that's going to go on top of here. Push that down in there. And that's going to be the mount for your camera. We have this little piece here that we're going to mount in the camera. And we're going to hot glue gun it in and everything else. But we want to take the other cap now, put a little glue in it, like we did before. And hopefully there's not too much glue to get it on now. Put the glue on it. Put the cap on. Push it down nice and tight. Now what that does is, with the cap on both ends, you have an airtight chamber, which is why we did it this way. Because we didn't want any chance for hot glue. I've seen some online where they hot glue them and things like that. We don't want hot glue to come loose, because even in his video he did say that one of the 3 that he created of different sizes didn't work right because water got down in it. So just for ease of use, we're going to go ahead and just make sure we seal it permanent. So that's what that's going to be. That glue will settle in there. Now let that harden, and once that hardens, it'll be good. Now this piece we're going to push. Yes. This piece we're going to push up here against it. So when you're using your GoPro extended camera piece, you're going to have this. If you drop it over the water, it'll float. Plus it's got the air that's now trapped inside. So it will float, and we will do a float demo a little bit later. All right, I'm back. I drilled a hole through here. Hopefully it's in the right spot. I believe it is. He's outside. Probably. Okay. Now we have this piece that we're going to put down in there. It looks like the hole might line up fairly close. Now we're going to take our 10 by 24 by 2 inch stainless steel. It's important stainless steel so you don't get any rust when you're using it in salt water. And run that through. I've almost got it through, as you can see here. Go ahead and finish screwing that in. And once that is all the way in, the nut here, and we're going to screw the nut on the other side of it. And that's the nuts on the other side. Okay, I'm back. We'll be back. And today, now we've got the piece installed. You'll see the nuts on there now. We went ahead and grind that excess off so that you don't have anything that's sharp there to cut yourself with. We now have a mount that is securely mounted in. It's with this screw, so we don't have to worry about hot glue gunning or anything, but we're going to go ahead and do that anyway. We'll get hardened up, and you're good to go. So that'll help absorb a little bit of moisture. So we got our hot glue in there. We're going to let that get hard, settle in. In the meantime, let's go ahead and do a final inspection. We have our handle on, we have our floaty, we have both of our end caps glued on. This piece is glued and it's not moving now, which is good. Everything's good to go. So that is our final product. Now we'll come back with the camera on it. Okay, we are now on the Selfie Stick, and you can see what it looks like. We can now take some video. We can tilt it back at a little bit of an angle here if you'd like. Big shout out to Karen.
My name is Colton, and I made this channel. I made this channel named Freddy Productions. That's supposed to entertain people. I'm starting videos on next Saturday, so check it out.
All right. Again, now you can hold this down at an angle. I'm not sure if the angle is showing the selfie stick. It may or may not in the video mode because it is a wide angle mode, but it can still be angled. Now we can take this and we can turn it upside down, and we can put it now in the pool, or we can put it in the water when we're looking to take videos of our fish that we catch. I'll be back at the pool. Stand here a little bit. Okay, we are now installed. It can go, this is a little bit big, so it won't go around this one. You can get a bigger strap if you'd like. Put it around your wrist if you'd like. reverse it for